What's up, YouTube? I see a lot of guys online making this mistake, right? They constantly make this mistake. And I see this all the time. If you go into some of these Facebook groups, some of these chats, some of these YouTube videos in the manosphere and the red pill, and right? And this makes you a simp, straight up. Like, to me, this is the hallmark of a simp. This is where simping begins, right? There's so many things. If I was to sit here and talk about all the ways that make you a simp, this video would be like 2 hours long. But to me, this is the very beginnings. This is the foundation of being a simp, right? It's when you put too much value into how a woman looks, right? This is where it begins. When you got game, right? When you're an elevated man operating at the highest levels of manhood, you don't put value on the woman. Value's on you. You understand, like, you have knowledge of self. You know who you are, and you know where that value should be, right? And it should be on you. Because as a man, we're in submission to our mission, right? The value's on that mission. The value's on me because I know how to accomplish that mission. So any woman that steps into your life, she needs to submit to you so that y'all could submit to that mission, right? The woman submits to the man submits to his mission. That's how the hierarchy goes, right? Or if you want to look at it from a biblical standpoint, man submits to God, woman submits to man, right? But when you put all that value on beauty, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a position to submit to the woman. You put her into a position where she's above you, right? You pedestalize beauty. You pedestalize your ability to have sex, because that's what that represents. Let's just be real. When you look at a cute chick, she represents sex, right? The ability for you to get your dick wet, right? You're tender in the zipper when you do that shit. Understand, beauty don't do nothing for you. What does that do for you or your mission? Really nothing. Her beauty don't do nothing for you. Unless you're in the industry where, you're like some type of modeling agent or some shit. Then her beauty might be able to do something for you. But to be honest, for the most part, her beauty does nothing for you. And when you put too much value into a woman's beauty, like, let me give you an example. This is what guys do all the time. They'll rate women, right? And this is a horrible simping activity. They'll rate women based on beauty. They'll be like, oh, that chick's a 7. Or that chick over there is a 10. This chick over there is a 4, right? When you do that, you put a woman who might be at the higher end of that spectrum, like maybe she's a 9 or a 10, you put them above every other woman, right? And what you don't realize is you put them above you too. You put a woman into a position to think that she's somebody based on her looks when she hasn't even done anything for you yet, right? An elevated man puts zero stock in a woman's looks. I'm not saying you can't value I'm not saying you can't acknowledge when a chick looks good and admire and enjoy a good looking woman. But understand, she's no better than a chick who don't look as good as her. You know what I'm saying? If that chick is doing something for you, right? Let's say you're talking to two women. One, you perceive as maybe a 7. The other, you perceive as a 10. You're talking to both these chicks, right? The 7, she's following your lead. She's doing everything you need, right? She submits to you. But the 10, she's all over the place. Sometimes she submits to you, sometimes she don't. Sometimes she texts you back, sometimes she don't. She disrespects you sometimes. What these simp dudes will do is they'll disregard the 7 because she don't look as good, and they'll fuck with the 10 because the 10 is giving him the time of day. And because they're tender in the zipper, right? They'll be like, oh, but she looks so good, but she got a fat ass though. And you'll put that woman above you, right? Because she's disrespecting you. You're sacrificing who you are. You're sacrificing your mission in order to keep fucking that 10. This is low-level masculinity activity, right? That's toxic masculinity. You know what I mean? Because when you get a woman like that in your life, your mission suffers. And the mission should never suffer. That's why an elevated man, in choosing between the two, would always go with that 7, right? Because he understands that beauty means nothing. Because here's the thing too, if you're an elevated man operating at the highest levels of manhood, when you got game, you could take any woman and find something beautiful in her. You could take a 7 and turn her into a 9, right? You could take a 4 and turn her into a 7. So that's not really nothing. You understand what I'm saying? What these guys do when they constantly are like drooling over when a woman, like how a woman looks, you inflate her ego. So now you got these women who a lot of guys think is hot, right? A lot of guys might call her a 9 or a 10. You got them stepping to the next man because of the way you enabled her. You got them stepping to the next man thinking that they're somebody because of their looks. So you got these women online like that one dude who used to date the football player who's dating Taylor Swift, right? There's a clip online of her being like, oh, dude, what do I look like going 50-50 with another man? Do I look like the type of woman who's going to do that? And they put so much value on their looks. And that's because you put value on her looks. And like I said, a woman is only ever going to follow a man's lead. So because you led from that, because you led that she's somebody based on her looks, now she thinks she's somebody based off her looks. You can't even blame her for being like that because you led based off of that, right? The vast majority of guys put her in that position to think like that and act like she's above you because she looks a certain way. So stop doing that shit. Stop judging a woman based off her looks. I'm not saying you can't admire a woman's looks, but absolutely don't put her above another chick who don't look as good, right? Don't tell me how good a chick looks. Tell me what she's doing for you. Put that chick above somebody else, right? So if a woman is doing something for me, right? And again, this is a concept that Lucario and Miles talk about on their channels. A woman's not a 10 unless she's doing something for me, right? If she's following my lead, if she submits to me, if she reflects me, then no matter how she looks, she's a 10. And everybody else is a 0. I don't rate women but 10s and 0s. That's it. You're either a 10, right? You're reflecting me. You're doing what I need you to do. You follow my lead. You submit to me. Or you're a 0. You don't exist to me, regardless of how you look, right? That's game. And that's how an elevated man operates out here with women. Stop being a simp and putting beauty above you. Stop putting that up on a pedestal, because when you do that, the only thing they could do is look down on you. And that's not their fault. That's your fault because you put her up on a pedestal. That's game.